Hi guys, today we're going to be learning about maps. So maps are um, they tell us where things are. So maybe you have seen your parents use Google Maps or some other map app on their phone to help them get directions to where they're going. Or you might have seen maps hanging up, and maps can tell us a lot of different things. Right here, I have a United States map. I did not make this map. This map says it was made by Jasmine. I don't know who Jasmine is. I just found this picture online. um, but she made a map that tells us where the mountains and rivers are in the United States. So the map has a title, United States Map, and it has a key. The key is very important on a map because it tells us what we're looking at on the map. So this is the key. It's a box. It's usually in the corner, somewhere off to the side of the map. And it tells us what the symbols on a map mean. So here for her map, she has mountains are green and brown, and rivers and lakes are blue. Excuse me. So knowing that, I can look over here at the map of the United States. I can find where we live, which is right here in West Virginia. And I can see that we have mountains going through West Virginia. These are the Appalachian Mountains, or Appalachian Mountains, sorry. And then right over here, right kind of to the east of us is Virginia, and the James River goes through Virginia. So there is blue that stands for the river, and then it's labeled James River. She's also labeled the Mississippi River and the Rio Grande, and then she labeled the Rocky Mountains, which are further out west. And she made our mountains with like the little green humps, and then she made the Rocky Mountains, is a really big mountain range. She made them with really big brown arrows. So that's what we would use a key for if we were creating a map. So we can tell people what they're looking for on this map because you can look for all different kinds of things on a map. You can use them to find directions, but then you can also use them to see where mountains and rivers are. You can use them to see where different states are. Um, right here we have the directions on a map. We have north, south, east, and west. There are lots of different things you can use a map for. Okay, and in our activity on our social studies book, you're supposed to make a map of our classroom, and you're going to be drawing your desk or table and the bookshelf. So Miss Simons has a little example here. So I have this square box is going to represent our classroom. This is the door to our classroom, and I put that on the key, which I wrote key yesterday, but somehow it disappeared. So I'm going to write it again. All right, so here's my key. It says that the door is the brown thing, just in case you had any questions about what that is. I could also make windows. I'm going to make the windows with the galaxy pen because that's fun. We have windows all along this wall of the classroom, and it just helps us figure out. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what my problem is today. It helps us figure out where things are to help us make the map of our room. So I'm going to come over here to the key, and I'm going to put the galaxy um, pen, and then I'm going to write window. So anyone that wants to come look at my map can see where the window is, where the door is. I also have my desk right here, and I have the computer desks over here. So over here I have some tables, and I went ahead and colored them yellow so they would look like our tables. So one of our tables sits right there. I have to make these a little bit smaller just so we can fit them on our map. Not everything's going to be the same size on a map. So we have a table over here. This is table 1, table 2, and table 3 is kind of over here. Miss Tina's desk is over here. Let me go ahead and make another copy so we can put Miss Tina's desk over here, because that's going to help us with our bookshelf. So Miss Tina's desk is right here. And then in our classroom, our library is right beside Miss Tina's desk. So I would put it like that. So that is one way to make a map of our classroom. Now, it doesn't include everything we have in our classroom, but if someone wanted to know where table 3 is compared to where the bookshelf is, they could look at this, and if I label the tables, that rhymes. If I label the numbers on the table, then I could say table 3 is right beside the bookshelf. Table 1 is the farthest away from the bookshelf. Table 1 is beside table 2, or table 2 is in the middle of tables 1 and 3. And that just gives somebody an idea if they needed to know where somebody sits in the classroom. You could point to your specific seat. Miss Simons could say, I sit here. I don't usually sit at my desk, but that's where I'm supposed to sit. So Miss Simons could write, that's where I sit, and it's actually the farthest away from the bookshelf. So that's one way we could use this map in the classroom. In your social studies book, when you're making a map, pay attention to the colors in the key at the top, because it's going to tell you what colors to use to show people which one is your desk and which one is the bookshelf. And then you can decorate anything else the way you want to, but make sure you're using the colors that are in the key so people know how to read your map. All right, great job today, guys.